What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Daze. My name is Jacob. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for listening. I really do appreciate it. This is on the go. We are not currently in the studio, aka my bedroom. I just got off one job and I'm heading on my way to the other job. I just wanted to make this video here real quick and just let some ideas out. I've had a couple things that have just been on my mind. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about these things or not, but let's just see. The first thing, do you guys know the movie Freaky Friday? I think it was a Disney movie in like the early 2000s, I think, or 2010, in the 10s, maybe early 2000. But it was about these two completely different people. One was like a young lady and the other one was like an old witch. And all of a sudden, they woke up one morning and poof, they're in a different body. It's kind of like the song Freaky Friday with Lil Dicky and Chris Brown. Basically like that. Same storyline and everything, right? You just wake up one morning and poof, you're in a whole different body. You have no idea what is going on or anything like that. You have no idea what's going on. You just wake up in someone else's body. Have you guys ever thought about if that would happen? Like, what would happen if that was like real life? Like, have you ever had like an interaction with somebody and you thought to yourself, damn, I wonder what they go through? Because with, honestly, both my jobs that I have, I deal with a crap load of people, okay? And don't get me wrong, like 99.4% of the time, everyone that I come in contact with are chill. They're cool people. And it's like, all right, right on. You're pretty nice, Not what I expected. However, that 0.6 or 0.4% of people that are like not chill, not cool, I just kind of want to think, I just like think to myself sometimes like, what's wrong? Like, why do you act the way you do? Like, what causes you to, one, treat other people the way that you're treating them, but two, like, what caused you to have like this odd look on life that like clouded your judgment, that always put you in a shitty mood? But it could also just be like happenstance or circumstance, Like someone could just be going through like a tough time at that point in life. That's what I'm getting at. Like, I want to understand like people sometimes. Like, I really want to dive deep into their brain and just like pick apart who they are as a person. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys have ever like thought about that. Maybe I'm just like crazy and just having like a shower thought or something, but like I think about this at least once a week. At least. What is up, everybody? I just want to take a moment and say thank you. Thank you, everybody that has watched, that has clicked on the show, that has told somebody about it. Thank you. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, I appreciate it. If you guys are listening to us on Spotify, I appreciate that too. Thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot to me. I'm sorry I have to interrupt this awesome episode, but I just had to tell you. Thank you. If you guys are not subscribed right now, please hit that subscribe button. Maybe tickle that notification bell, It is free. It helps a bunch. It makes me happy seeing that more people are subscribing. And did I mention it's free? That's all I ask. Thank you guys again. I really do appreciate it.
with that being said, let's get back to this episode. I love you guys. Peace.
At least once a week, I come in contact with somebody, and it's like, fuck, I want to go in their mind. I want to know what they're thinking, you know, or like how they like are raised, or like how they are the way they are, you know. Like it just like I don't know. It just kind of blows my mind sometimes because like sometimes these like I don't know. I'm just my brain's just going right now. I can't even put a thought together. But I just feel like, especially with this, most adults, I'm not going to say all of them, because a lot of adults have their shit together. But that 0.4 or 0.6% of adults, I feel like, are just like children. Like, sometimes they just act like children. And that's the thing that I feel like we as in like a civilization, I feel like we don't really think about that when we like come in contact with other people or like communicate with other people. Like sometimes we don't take a step back and look at it from like a bird's eye view and be like, oh, maybe this adult has like trauma, or maybe this adult is just going through like a rough time. You know, maybe something is just holding them back from like actually progressing in life. Maybe it's just life itself just getting in the way of it. I don't know. I don't know. I just love diving like deep into like other people, like from like a psychology like aspect. Like I just enjoy that knowledge, which kind of not reads. It kind of leads me. This kind of leads me on to like my next point, which is kind of a tough pill to swallow, especially on like a personal like basis, because like I love it. I love this next thing. And like sometimes it makes me just like question life. Like sometimes it makes me like actually question like, should I really be knowing all this stuff? You know, like should I really be like getting all this knowledge? Like is it actually like improving my life, or is it like worsening it, making it worse? Not, you know? But you're probably thinking to yourself, yo, Jacob, how can knowledge like make your life worse? Well, it's well, this kind of leads me to my question. Is knowledge actually power? Or is ignorance actually bliss? And this this is like a double-edged sword for me personally, because like I love knowing stuff. Like I used to hate learning, but that's because it was like forced down my throat with school. But like if I'm able to actually learn something like I enjoy to learn and I can do it like my pace, bitch, sign me up, bro. Like yes. Like that's what I want. Will I retain it all? No, probably not. But I will retain some of the information, and that's all that matters. If you learn like one little nugget, you're good. You're golden. Golden nugget. See, I'm pretty punny if you know what I mean. Sorry. But anyway, like I feel like knowledge is power, okay? Don't get me wrong. But on the other side of that coin, ignorance truly is bliss. Like me personally, I don't pay attention to the news, okay? If you want my honest opinion, both sides are evenly fucked up in their own way. I don't care what side you're on, like, they're both fucked up, okay? Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, like, they're both fucked up. But on the other hand, they're both good in their own ways. Like the Republican Party have like good ideas on certain aspects. The Democrat Party has good ideas in certain aspects. If they could only just like agree on those, we'd be set. But with that being said, I'm ignorant to politics, to the news. Like, I don't watch it. If you want my honest opinion, I could care less, you know? I do not give a fuck. I could care less about the news. I could care less about what's going on. I know that's probably not the best way to live, but if I look around and all I see are people that watch the news 24/7, that are always just consuming the news media, they are not happy. Like, not to hate on my dad, but he used to be a big, like, news person. Like, he used to watch the news all the time. And I used to get on him all the time about it. Like, why are you watching this? Like, if you want my honest opinion, they're both liars and both schemers on both ends of the party. Can you actually go in and affect these stuff? No. No, you can't. Okay? And I feel like that's just something that, like, I'm ignorant to, you know? Like, maybe you can. But from my view on it, you can't. Therefore, I'm not going to worry about it because I don't really have control on it. Even though the government does say, like, it's controlled by the people. Lately, I don't really think that's the case. But who am I to judge? This is filmed on June 23rd, 24th, something like that. June 23rd, I think. Like, things could be like 100 times better. I don't know. I'm just speaking out of my ass right now. But I just feel like knowledge is power, yes, but ignorance is bliss all at the same time. Like, if you look at all of, like, the quote unquote geniuses of history, they were called mad, they were called crazy, they were called insane because of their knowledge. Like, maybe their knowledge just wasn't for that time. Maybe they were too far ahead of their time, which, in my opinion, that's the case most of the time. Like, people have all these great ideas and everything else, but when it comes down to it, reality, if you can't produce the technology or whatever, I'm not saying give up on it, but because we need those people to, like, innovate stuff. To be honest, I really lost my train of thought. I'm just sitting here kind of mumbling now, just ranting and driving to work. But what was I saying? Ah, yes. But why this hits me on, like, a personal level is because, like, I like to dive into myself. I like to dive into, like, psychology and, like, how the mind works, how the brain works, how the body works, that type of stuff, right? It's great. But if you don't use that information, then what power does that knowledge actually hold? You know? And that's the thing with me. Like, sometimes, like, I will learn stuff about myself. I will notice it. But for some reason, I can't, like, flip it. I can't change it. Like, I always, like, it's just patterns. But but what if you need that knowledge to break those patterns? Then you just gotta have to learn the steps. And that's just, like, constantly learning. Like, I don't know. I really don't even know what the point of that thought was, to be honest with you. Like, I just feel like sometimes power really, or let me rephrase that. Sometimes knowledge really isn't the power that people say it is. Sometimes the knowledge that you think someone has and it's making them happier, sometimes it's not. Sometimes they know something, they can't control it, but they still fixate over that idea, even though they know they can't do anything about it. You know, that's what the genius uh thought was that I just had. Because that's like a genius. That's like Nikola Tesla. That's like Ben Franklin. Like they had all these ideas, especially Tesla. Like he had all these wild ideas, but no one would back him up on it, which doesn't really make any sense, except that people don't understand what that power that he was saying is. And that's where the ignorance is bliss type vibe comes from, because people are just living in their own little bubble, not wanting to change, first of all, but not knowing change is possible at the same time. So, is ignorance bliss? Or oh, blah, blah, blah. So, is ignorance bliss? Or is knowledge power? Let me know. I'm gonna pop up a poll on on YouTube right now. A little card is gonna pop up. Take a vote. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below as well, what you guys think about what we talked about, whether you want a Freaky Friday with somebody. And if so, let me know why. Let me know why you want a Freaky Friday. Was it like just the interaction that you had with this person? Or was it like the vibe this person was giving off? Like, oh, this dude's pretty sweet. I barely had a conversation. I barely had a conversation with him, but I want to see what this guy's about, you know? But until next time, guys, this is just going to be a clip in the video, so I'm not really sure if this is going to come before or after anything else. But in case it doesn't, in case I don't see you again, guys, go live life in the happy days. And thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Behind the Daze. I love you guys. Go live life in the happy days.